Hello, good evening. Welcome to Camnet Television News. My name is Jeffrey Ziambo to present. Our top stories in the news tonight. Zambia police forcefully arrest Sean Tembo over a Facebook post. The court restrains Miles SAMPA from parading as Patriotic Front president. The Anti-Corruption Commission concerned over the rise in sexual gratification cases. In international news, Gambia trial opens over children's cough syrup deaths. And in sports news, Camnet stars outshines the under-20 national team select side in a friendly encounter. More of these stories after the break.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. Rain Glow, your smart irrigation partner.
Hello again, the news in detail. The 1997, 1998 and 1999 retrenchees have remained unpaid over 24 years after they went on voluntary separation with government. Group leader Godfrey Walia says their engagement with government to pay them their dues over the years has been unfruitful as no tangible response is given to them. When contacted, Minister of Justice Mulambo Haimbe declined to comment, saying the matter is currently in court. More in this report.
On 1st September 1997, government adopted a comprehensive public service reform program with the twin objectives of reducing excess employment in the public sector and improving the delivery of public services. Some 15,500 public workers were retrenched between December 1997 and end of 1998 under this program. The original plan envisaged a reduction in the size of the public service to 80,000 employees by end of 1999, according to a letter addressed to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, by then Minister of Finance and Economic Development, Edith Nawakwi, dated 10th March 1999. Over 20 years later, some of those who voluntarily separated from the public service have not been paid their dues, some of whom have died without receiving their money. Today, they gathered to get an update from their representatives who are speaking for them to authorities, only to be bribed by the October 25th scorching sun.
We have been told stories to and from. Even this time, we are not sure when are we going to receive our monies. So we are appealing to our humble president, our president, His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, to look into this plight, because this time he says himself, the president, he wants to clear all the backlog of all the people who hasn't received their monies, so that this coming year, as the new Dawn administration starts retrenching people or retiring people, they should be getting their monies on time. But look up to date. This is now the 24th year now. We've been struggling over the same issue. So we don't know exactly. Our lawyer is saying everything is well. But it is well. When is it well?
So abantu sibateganizira so bambili abantu bakuru sibalepera so zabetezo pempa poma new Dawn trisi yatanga nako chaka kuti abantu bashitabaje mabuti bena wazatu basira kubwali so chabetezo pempa new Dawn tinga tuonga.
Godfrey Walia is their group chairperson.
I've been hearing these stories of it is well, you will be paid, but up to now, they have not been paid. If you remember, this same group camped at the Ministry of Justice for 5 months, and of which that was under the PF regime. Now with hope in this new Dawn government, they are eager and so, expectant to see that they are paid their monies. If you can see, these are old men and women who are supposed to be resting by now. They have only remained with a few years on earth. So if government can pay them, not just saying it is well, then that will be of help to these our parents.
Meanwhile, when contacted, Minister of Justice Mlambo Haimbe declined to comment, saying the matter is currently in court.
That matter is in court. I can't discuss it.
Vincent Piri for Camnet TV News, Lusaka.
The Lusaka High Court has restrained Matero area member of Parliament Miles Sampa from holding himself as president-elect of the opposition Patriotic Front till determination of the case where Mr. Raphael Nakachinda of the same party has commenced an injunction against him. Mr. Sampa has also been curbed from going to the Registrar of Societies to effect any changes in relation to party office bearers. The court has also set the 21st of November 2023 as a date in which it will hear the inter-party hearing of the application. More in this report.
Barely 24 hours after being elected as president of the opposition Patriotic Front Party, Matero area member of Parliament Miles Sampa's celebration has been cut short. The opposition Patriotic Front Party has rushed to the Lusaka High Court to stop its expelled member from acting as president. Mr. Sampa has been dragged to court by Mr. Raphael Nakachinda to stop him from masquerading as party president and transacting in the name of the party. The Lusaka High Court has granted the application and restrained Mr. Sampa from holding himself as party leader until determination of the case. Mr. Nakachinda sued Mr. Sampa in his capacity as Secretary General of the party. Lawyer to the plaintiff Makebi Zulu explains.
Now he's not a member of PF anymore based on the new circumstances, and he will remain not a member until the court orders otherwise, if the court sees it fit, because he's been expelled, and the injunction is to the extent that he should not hold himself out as a member of the party anywhere or a functionary of the party. That's what the injunction says, and the matter will be heard inter partes, that is with him, in November, on the 21st of November. That is the next time. In the meantime, he remains not a member of PF, and the National Assembly has been informed of the same.
According to a statement of claim, the party has requested the court to declare null and void the General Convention held on the 24th of October 2023, contending that it was in breach of the party's constitution. In speaking after filing the injunction, PF Vice President Given Luvinda had this to say.
Is the mighty Patriotic Front, and it cannot be moved by little chongololos like you, Miles Sampa. Now we have expelled you, and we want to even tell you, don't even dare go to Parliament. Stay away, because if you want, come to court to come and challenge our decision to expel you. Yes. We gave you the opportunity to save the people of Matero. Instead of saving them, you want to destroy the hopes of the people that elected you. That will not allow you to do, Miles Sampa. Now I want to warn you, Miles Sampa. Even the resources that you borrowed from the party, the resources you borrowed from the leaders of the party, bring them back quickly, because now we'll start taking you to court for all the property you're holding which belongs to members of this party. You're holding our property which we gave to you to use in your campaign, and you don't want to even give it back to us. Now this is a war with you. We declare war on you. Miles Sampa.
The Lusaka High Court has also restrained Mr. Sampa from going to the Registrar of Societies to effect any changes. The court has since set the 21st of November 2023 as date in which it will hear the inter-party hearing of the application. Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
And Matero Member of Parliament Miles Sampa has denied being sponsored by the United Party for National Development UPND to hold the Patriotic Front PF Extraordinary Convention, which declared him as party president. PF Chairperson for Information and Publicity Emmanuel Mwamba alleged yesterday that the UPND sponsored Mr. Sampa to disturb the former ruling party by causing the formation of parallel structures. Speaking during a press conference Wednesday morning, Mr. Sampa argued that he is being empowered by the party constitution, which has been abrogated. Meanwhile, Mr. Sampa says he has begun the process of changing the names of office bearers at the Registrar of Societies following the extraordinary conference held on Tuesday.
After pulling off a dramatic extraordinary conference, Matero Member of Parliament Miles Sampa has vowed to commence party mobilization. Mr. Sampa was on Tuesday declared PF President during an extraordinary party conference held at Mulungushi Conference Center in Lusaka. The hosting of the event resulted in PF's acting president, Given Lubinda, expelling Mr. Sampa from the party in what has now become a tug-of-war for the party's leadership. Addressing the media, Mr. Sampa disclosed that he has commenced the process of changing PF office bearers with the Registrar of Societies.
One of them, we're giving back the party to the people. She's from Kasama, and we put her name there to be one of the office bearers. So we are waiting to the Registrar of Society for their final determination, but we've finished all the processes. And to most of our members or the people we are associating with, it's easy to pass the fingerprints. We have no corruption cases, we have no criminal cases. So yachiba wangu kuchitama fingerprints.
The outspoken lawmaker has also downplayed a court injunction preventing him from posing as party president, as he denied being sponsored by the United Party for National Development, UPND.
They started a long time. Expulsion, where is it? Suspend, where is it gone? Because the constitution is on our side. Yes. So ngakulika chairman just what is sponsoring us is the PF constitution. What is sponsoring us? We are on solid grounds. What is sponsoring us is the Zambia Constitution, Article 60, that wants democracy. That's what is sponsoring us.
Meanwhile, government and UPND through spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa have denied sponsoring the PF conference, which declared Mr. Sampa party president.
State House, and particularly the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, the head of state for the Republic of Zambia, was not in any way involved in the PF convention. That convention arises out of their own intra-party agreements, intra-party arrangements, on the basis of their rules and regulations and their constitution.
As at broadcast time, the Registrar of Societies had not responded to a press query over Mr. Sampa's claims that he has commenced changing names of PF office bearers. For Camnet TV News, Afias Kaptula, Lusaka.
The Anti-Corruption Commission, SEC, has expressed concern about the rise in sexual gratification cases as a form of corrupt practice, especially in colleges and higher institutions of learning. Addressing the press in Lusaka Wednesday, SEC Corporate Affairs Manager Timothy Mono says in the space of 2 months, the Commission has arrested 3 lecturers at the Copperbelt University over the crime. Mr. Mono has since urged victims of sexual gratification not to shy away from reporting, but to be courageous enough to bring culprits to book. Meanwhile, the Anti-Corruption Commission, SEC, says during the third quarter of 2023, it received a total of 187 reports of suspected corruption, 157 that contained elements of corruption and are currently being investigated. More in this report.
The Anti-Corruption Commission, SEC, in Lusaka, at its third quarter press briefing, has expressed concerns on the rise in the number of sexual gratification cases as a form of corruption, which is now being reported in the open, with 3 Copperbelt University lecturers already arrested in connection with the same. SEC Head of Corporate Communications, Timothy Mono, has since urged victims of sexual gratifications not to shy away from reporting the matter in order to bring the culprits to book.
It compromises the same jobs that we take up because we are not qualified. It takes away opportunities of those that qualify to actually be employed, or those that have studied and worked hard to get better grades. And here you find people who have not even studied, are being given grades because of sex. And so it is of major concern. We will not tolerate it. And that is our job, to ensure that we put in measures to curtail it.
Meanwhile, Mr. Mono says the Commission in the third quarter of 2023 received a total of 187 reports of suspected corruption. Of these cases, 173 reports contained elements of corruption and were authorized for investigations.
In the quarter, the Commission received a total of 187 reports of suspected corruption. And of these cases, 157 reports contained elements of corruption and were authorized for investigations. One case was authorized for a corruption prevention exercise to be conducted, and one case was referred to a relevant institution for administrative action, while others were either they were not deliberated on, but action was taken. 17 arrests were effected during the quarter.
Meanwhile, the Commission has updated the country on some of the ongoing investigations, such as that of Faith Musonda involving over 17 million kwacha. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
United Republic of Tanzania President Samia Suluhu Hassan says she is committed to protecting and continuing the warm relationship between Zambia and her country. Speaking when she addressed Parliament Wednesday afternoon, President Hassan said she is in the country to cement economic solidarity between the two countries. The Tanzanian head of state has also called on the maximum utilization of shared trade infrastructure between the two countries, such as the Tazara and Tazama oil pipeline, which remains underutilized. President Hassan has since urged members of parliament to avoid politicizing legal reforms that are aimed at improving trade between the two countries whenever they are called upon.
Therefore, come to Zambia to cement our intention to work together with Zambia for a brighter future. And if I can sum up my main message on this visit, it would be cementing economic solidarity. Tremendous prosperity if utilized fully. When fully operational, Tazara can carry 5 million metric tons of cargo. However, last year records indicate that the railway only used 4% of its capacity to carry 210,000 metric tons. Clearly, more work needs to be done to utilize Tazara's full capacity. On the other hand, the Tazara's capacity to carry 3 million people per year is dwarfed by the reality that even at its peak, a maximum of 564,000 people were carried. Our two governments are aware of the importance of Tazara to our economies. Joint efforts will be required to resolve the challenges Tazara faces. Joint initiatives will also be needed to facilitate leasing and mobilization of resources for innovations. The same holds for Tanzania-Zambia Mafuta pipeline, Tazama. Expanding Tazama pipeline is key for Zambia's energy security, and we commit to doing so jointly. We will factor in all necessary considerations, including environmental and security.
As the rainy season approaches under the threat of an El Nino, an agriculture researcher has advised farmers across the country to familiarize themselves with the weather patterns in their respective areas so that they make informed decisions on what kind of crops to grow this farming season. Oliver Bulaya says farmers must take advantage of the timely information from the government to grow maturing crops and practice climate-smart agriculture if they are to avert the worst impacts and remain food secure. Minister of Green Economy and Environment Collins Nzovu has warned that the country is likely to experience an erratic rainfall pattern which will largely be influenced by El Nino, anticipated to hit most countries in the southern African region. Vincent Perry reports.
According to the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, an El Nino is developing and likely to hit the southern Africa this rain season. In Zambia, this is likely to affect the rainfall pattern, as announced by Minister of Green Economy and Environment, Collins Nzovu.
The rainfall distribution is likely to be erratic and uneven, with some periods of prolonged dry spells and periods of heavy rainfall events.
Agriculture researcher Dr. Oliver Blaya says the seed-producing companies must step up and start producing more of climate-resilient seeds, and farmers to take advantage of the timely information to make informed decisions.
It is important for our farmers in the southern part of our country to understand the dramatic effect of climate change, especially to do with El Nino. So it is important that even these seed companies that are producing seeds that are resilient to climate change, it is important for our farmers to couple it up with tillage systems that will be able to harvest enough moisture in the ground or in their field so as to prevent, the loss of crops.
El Nino can cause heavy rains, flooding, extreme hot or cold weather conditions, which may be devastating to the agriculture sector. Vincent Piri for Camnet TV News, Lusaka.
Opposition Patriots for Economic Progress President Sean Tembo has been arrested for hate speech which he posted on his social media Facebook page contrary to the law. Police Deputy Spokesperson Danny Mwale confirmed to Camnet News that the opposition leader has been detained for hate speech contrary to Section 65 of the Cybersecurity and Cybercrimes Act. Mr. Mwale says the suspect is alleged to have posted hate speech on October 17, 2023 at 20:31 hours on a Facebook page under the name Sean E. Tembo. Meanwhile, some stakeholders have condemned the manner in which Mr. Tembo was arrested and challenged law enforcers to be professional. Details in this report.
Just like in the past, opposition political parties continue to fight running battles with police officers. For Sean Tembo, this is not the first time he has faced an arrest, and in most cases, his arrests have been linked to his Facebook postings. The case is no different, as a post Mr. Tembo allegedly made on 17th October 2023 has landed him in the hands of law enforcers, despite him making several attempts for the police to wait for his lawyers to be present at the time of the arrest.
So I told you, just wait for my lawyers. My lawyers will be here shortly. My lawyers will be here shortly. I told you, wait for my lawyers. Eh? Wait for my lawyers. You want to kidnap me to go and torture me again? Just wait for my lawyers. I told you that. Eh? My lawyers are on the way. Wait for them. Why can't you wait for 5 minutes?
According to the confirmation of arrest by Police Deputy Spokesperson Danny Mwale, police allegedly broke into the house of the opposition leader after he failed to respond to a call-out for him to report himself to police headquarters on October 23, 2023. Mr. Mwale says efforts to contact his lawyer did not bear fruit, and police were forced to go to his residence around 9 hours and requested Mr. Tembo to come out, but opted to lock himself inside the house, forcing the police to gain entrance using force.
At 20:31 hours, the suspect posted a hate speech on Facebook page under the name of Sean E. Tembo. Police officers today, around 09 hours, went to his house where he was requested to come out, but instead he opted to lock himself inside the house, forcing the officers to have no option but to gain entrance into his house.
Meanwhile, some stakeholders, such as the leader of the National Democratic Congress, Saboye Mboila, and civil rights activist Brebna Changala, have condemned the manner in which Mr. Tembo was arrested and challenged law enforcers to be professional. They allege that the police have continued acting on directives while disregarding the laid-down procedure.
It is unbecoming the way the police are raiding people's homes, especially individuals with fixed support. And most importantly, what the police have done to Sean Tembo's property, that is vandalism and state intrusion. If Mr. Tembo had committed an offense, there was going to be a better way, civilized way, in which to effect an arrest. This is a new dawn that came on the platform of change.
Our homes are not only there. We don't only stay in our homes alone as politicians. We've got children in there. People have got wives. People have got husbands in their homes. So it's very, very unprofessional for the police to keep on doing what they're doing. And we saw the video, the way they were trying to break his door. So that's totally unprofessional and totally unacceptable.
Police have also arrested former Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary Stadi Mwale for the offense of seditious practices contrary to Section 5.7 as read with Section 6.0 of the Penal Code. Allegations are that between October 12, 2023 and October 17, 2023, Mr. Mwale posted an audio on various social media platforms where he instructed millers in the country to stop the production of billy meal for 30 days and other sentiments meant to entice the millers to rise against the government. Nelson Zulu for Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Zambia Revenue Authority, ZRA, has launched the Authorized Economic Operators AEO program aimed at enhancing efficiency in international trade facilitation. ZRA Commissioner General Dingani Banda says the AEO program is also aimed at improving customs efficiency as well as securing the safe passage of goods and people across borders to facilitate legitimate trade. Speaking during the launch in Lusaka, Mr. Banda added that AEO is a compliance enhancement measure under the World Trade Organization Trade Facilitation Agreement. He says the AEO program is anchored on 3 pillars of promoting cooperation and partnerships through customs to other government agencies, customs to traders or to businesses, and customs to customs administration. This is Camnet Television Main News. We'll take our first break. Join us for more news after the break.
Potatoes, the unsung heroes of flavor. From crispy chips to creamy mash, potatoes are the versatile superstars of your kitchen. Grown with love by our dedicated workforce drawn from around the community of Palavana. Savenda Farm's commitment is to see to it that we have potatoes that are grown right, healthy, big and tasty. For that quick fix or big celebration or that meal that brings family together, top chefs rely on the Savenda potato to create culinary masterpieces. And for others, it's that icebreaker to a delightful conversation. So, embrace the magic of Savenda potatoes. They're not just a side dish, they're the heart and soul of your kitchen. Savenda, save nations, develop Africa.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RenGlow, your smart irrigation partner.
Are you planning to marry or get married? Contact the Camnet Media team for a professional capturing of your big day in life. Let your relatives, friends, and the nation join you in celebrating your big day on television. Just at a manageable fee, Camnet Television will cover and transmit your wedding on your channel of choice. Contact the marketing department on mobile number. Camnet Television, not just another channel.
I give my love to having home and as far.
Welcome back. We'll continue with the news. The Food Reserve Agency, FRA, says it has begun trading its stock on the Zambian Commodity Exchange ZAMEC platform, commencing with the current sale of 100,000 metric tons of soybeans. According to FRA Public Relations Coordinator John Chipandwe, the agency hopes that this move will promote competition and enhance farmers' economic welfare. Mr. Chipandwe says stakeholders interested in buying part of the 100,000 metric tons of soybeans from the agency must register on the platform and express their intentions formally as stipulated on the platform.
The agency is therefore notifying the public that it has partnered with ZAMES to trade part of its soybeans stock of 100,000 metric tons on the ZAMES platform. In this regard, stakeholders interested in buying the FRS soybeans are requested to register on the ZAMES platform and express their intentions formally and as stipulated on the platform. ZAMES membership is open to individuals or corporate entities looking to participate in the commodities market in Zambia and the African continent. The agency hopes that this move will promote competition and enhance farmers' economic welfare. Further, the agency is notifying the public that in future it shall be trading part of its maize stock on the ZAMES platform, and this practice shall become the norm.
The Zambia Institute of Purchasing and Supply has reminded the Zambian government to ensure that the position of the anchor of procurement and supply in government is actualized as the solution to effective and efficient service delivery. ZIP's President Robert Tembo, who addressed the media in Lusaka Wednesday, says the institution will not shy away from reminding the government on the matter, as it is one of the important elements in curing procurement challenges in government. Mr. Tembo has since called on all professional bodies to stop working in silos and put Zambia first in working together and finding a lasting solution in the supply chain. Meanwhile, ZIPS will next month be holding its annual general conference in Livingston to discuss elections of its new leaders.
In our work, we are ensuring that all the members operate using the ethical behavior and are within the timelines. At the same time, we have ensured that we have our details with the Auditor General, in whom we have signed a memorandum of understanding to ensure that all matters to do with procurement audits are actually dealt within our arms as ZIPs and themselves, and continuously reduce these audit queries. And so far, I think Auditor General has been doing a good job with us in ensuring that we deal with all these audit queries and reduce them. And I think you can tell from the report that government has given so far that there's been some reduction in that realm of the audit queries. And effectively, I must ascertain to mention that we may have bad eggs, but most of the professionals are very good. And we can only deal with those bad eggs if reports reach the Secretariat through our registrar and CEO. And as President, to ensure that we deal effectively or deregister such a person who is not operating ethically.
The board of Bet Pave and Maintenance Limited have surveyed the Chingola to Mutanda road that is soon to be constructed as a dual carriageway road project. Chief Technical Officer Engineer Chalikosa Adenego told contractors that when they are doing their cross-section and survey, they should bear in mind that they are just adding another line. Engineer Adenego says each time the contractors add another lane, they are expected to add some shoulders on both sides. He says the Chingola to Mutanda via Solwezi dual carriageway road project in Northwestern Province will come with improved infrastructure such as a new toll plaza and a modern roundabout.
The undivided dual carriageway. So when you are doing your cross-section, as you'll be doing your surveys and the like, you just bear in mind you are just adding another lane. Of course, when you add another lane, you'll be expected to add the shoulder this side and the shoulder on the other side. Okay. Then when you go to the divided dual carriageway, I think as you may have noticed on your the cross-section drawing, the existing remains the same. You add an island at the center of about 8 meters to the maximum and about 4.6 to the minimum on the other side. And then you do the other cross-section to the other side. So basically, when you're doing the surveys here, you need to pick at least to the minimum of 30 meters. Okay, minimum of 30 meters, and perhaps the maximum of 60 meters, because when you do that cross section, it will show you even the structures that are standing in the line of development, like the Zesco poles and these others, including the towers for Samtel, for Airtel, and those of the line. So basically, you need to pick as much detail as you can, so that we know exactly.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more in local stories.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. Rain Glow, your smart irrigation partner.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. Camnet TV is on channel 274 on DSTV, channel 25 on GoTV, and find us on channel 106 on Topstar. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
What if I never knew? What if I never found you? I never have this feeling in my heart.
Are you planning to marry or get married? Contact the Camnet Media team for a professional capturing of your big day in life. Let your relatives, friends, and the nation join you in celebrating your big day on television. Just at a manageable fee, Camnet Television will cover and transmit your wedding on your channel of choice. Contact the marketing department on mobile number. Camnet Television, not just another channel.
I give my love to having home, and it's far.
And now in international news, a trial opened Tuesday in the Gambia's capital, Banjul, after the deaths last year of small children who took a cough syrup made by the India-based Maiden Pharmaceuticals. Some 70 children aged 5 and under died in 2022 after taking the over-the-counter medicines, leading to a national outcry in the West African nation of about 2.5 million people. Justice Ebrima Jaite of the High Court in Banjul adjourned the proceedings until November 7 after finding that 3 state defendants who had failed to appear lacked diligence. 19 plaintiffs representing family members who died filed the civil suit in July, according to Salio Tal, president of the Gambia Bar Association and one of the lawyers representing them. Here's a roundup of international news for more.
A trial opened Tuesday in the Gambia's capital, Banjul, over the death last year of small children who took a cough syrup made by the Indian-based Maiden Pharmaceuticals. Some 70 children aged 5 and under died in 2022 after taking over-the-counter medicines, leading to a national outcry in the West African nation of about 2.5 million people.
On the side of the government or Atlantic Pharmacy, I have nothing to say about that. I feel happy seeing our lawyers standing for us. That one, I thank God for that.
I'm not happy because those people we are expecting for them to witness in this case, they are not with us. So I don't have much to say until the 7th. Maybe we'll have the conclusion about this issue.
Justice of the High Court in Banjul adjourned the proceedings until November 7 after finding that 3 state defendants who had failed to appear lacked diligence. If you're accused of something that you did not commit, you should come clean and defend yourself. But if you know you can't defend yourself, this is what is expected. For us parents, we're eager to make sure we follow it thoroughly. The families are suing 5 defendants, Made in Pharmaceuticals local distributor Atlantic Pharmaceuticals, the Medical Control Agency, the Ministry of Health and Attorney General, who demand they admit that the children were killed by consuming contaminated medicines.
Well, every day there's rockets being fired from Gaza towards Israel, and most of them are intercepted by Israel's defense system, the Iron Dome. Some of them can be deadly, though. In this case, what we know is that Al-Qassam Brigades announced in a statement that they launched rockets towards the southern city of Eilat. That's over 300 kilometers away from where we are. That's the longest range that a rocket has gone so far. The other thing that we've been hearing is that the Israeli military claims that they have foiled an attempt to infiltrate Israel from the sea. Apparently, there was a shaft with Palestinian fighters that Israel was able to intercept. They were coming out of Gaza. 2 Palestinian fighters were killed during that operation, according to Israel. And this is happening while there's been hundreds of thousands of soldiers that have been deployed all around this area, hundreds of tanks, all in a way located outside of Gaza, getting ready for this anticipated ground operation that's supposed to be happening soon. It's not clear yet why it's being delayed. It could be the over 200 captives that are currently being in Gaza, that the negotiations are ongoing. Also, the influence of the United States that is increasing military assets in the region in case that there is a broader conflict. What's been going on is that this delay has also tensed the relations between the government and the Minister of Defense. While the Minister of Defense is saying that the troops are ready to go in, the government in a way is not giving the order, and that of course generates lots of tension here in this part of the country. Meanwhile, the airstrikes that we have seen continue in Gaza, one after the other, with mounting civilian casualties, an enormous humanitarian crisis in the country right now, with our colleagues reporting on the desperate need of Palestinians living there. It's not clear yet what type of an offensive it's going to be, whether it's going to be a massive offensive or special operation raids. That's something that we've been hearing. Just a few days ago, there was a special operation not far away from where we are. One Israeli soldier was killed during that special operations inside Gaza, and that's why, in a way, what shows how challenging this whole operation could be.
Now in sports news, Camnet Stars senior team has beaten the Zambia Under-17 national select side by 2-0 in a friendly match played at Takabalonga Boys Ground. The team is using the match to prepare for the weekend encounter against Pat V. However, the Camnet Stars Under-17 side lost to the national select side by 2-1. Camnet Stars coach Elijah Chikwanda tells Camnet TV Sports that the games are helping to assess the strengths and weaknesses ahead of the weekend game. He says the team is aiming to finish top of the table for the 2023-2024 season. Camnet Stars is playing in Division 2 of the Football Association of Zambia League and is currently sitting on 5th position. Football Association of Zambia Lusaka Province Deputy General Secretary Chilando Kupikwa says they selected Camnet Stars because it is an organized side. He is happy that the team was competitive and provided a good basis to assess the select side. He has since affirmed FA's commitment to promote grassroots football in the country.
To speed with this recovery match that we're having ahead of the match over the weekend. How important is this practice game?
Yeah, of course, after our goalless draw at the weekend against George, I thought of having this so that we see witness the strength of the team. Meanwhile, we're just trying to adjust ourselves because the game that we played against George, we did not score. So we thought of having it so that we can see where we are going wrong and then we can correct.
Interesting. Then we are seeing, where are we standing in terms of in the league as Camnet Stars, and how are you making sure that this time around the team does wonders and progresses to the next level of the tournament?
Of course, as you can see on the table, we are 5th on the table, and then the points that the ones who are ahead of us, they are ahead of us by the top. The one which is on top has 20 points, we have 15 points. That's a 5 points difference. And those who are on second, they have 17, we have 15. So it's just 2 points in between. We'll get into second position.
We've come to the end of our news tonight, but before we go, the headlines once again. The Zambia police forcefully arrests Sean Tembo over a Facebook post. The court restrains SAMPA from parading as Patriotic Front president. The Anti-Corruption Commission SEC concerned over the rise in sexual gratification cases. In international news, Gambia trial opens over children's cough syrup deaths. And in sports news, Camnet Stars outshines the under-20 national team select side in a friendly encounter. Our Camnet verse of the day is coming from the book of Romans 1, verse 3 to 14. But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. Do not fear their threats. Do not be frightened. Thank you for watching Camnet Television News. My name is Jeffrey Ziambo. Bye-bye.